Hello, and how are you? My name is Winnie Barawa. Welcome to our session on types of feminism. If you're new here, this is a YouTube channel where we host lessons, classes, and lectures pertaining to healthcare. If this is your area of interest, can you remember to subscribe and click on the notification button so that we can let you know when we post the next lessons. For now, keep up with us so that we can discover the different types of feminism. This is a series that we've been hosting pertaining feminism and women empowerment. You can watch our previous videos pertaining to the same or looking at the different aspects that we've talked about, from concepts, forms of women empowerment to history of feminism, and here closing up with the type of feminism that members can practice in their society. The first type of feminism is what we call the liberal feminism. So the liberal feminism is the one that targets or purposes to integrate women into the mainstream structure of society, putting women into the spaces of leadership, putting women into the spaces of impact, and bringing women as part of the frontiers in steering change and impact in our society. So it is assuring that gender parity or equality can be achieved by ensuring that women become politically and legally active. As a result, liberal feminism tends to lead to what we call political and legal equality. So if you a case of passion in feminism is ensuring women are in the mainstream or on the front run in leading change in terms of legal equality and political equality, then what you are championing for is what you are calling liberal feminism. And the second type is what we call the radical feminism. So the radical feminism, it's an approach that focuses more on reordering society, looking at prejudices that are existing in our community and that are being domineered by the male supremacy. So in this case, this radical feminism is looking at an aspect whereby women can end up being socially and economically empowered. So it's target more on undoing the biases, debunking myths and misconceptions pertaining women roles in the society. And so they are reordering all these aspects and prejudices, giving women a platform where they can get empowered both socially and in the economic context. So in short, we are saying what we think men can do, women can also do it, they can do it better. Hence the aspect of we can do it too. So it focuses on women's roles in the society and giving them a platform to be more socially and economically empowered. That category is known as the Marxist feminism. This is originated from the Marxist theory where we talk about society being affected by capitalism. And in Marxist theories, he says that social, political, and economic philosophies affect the productivity and economic development in our communities or in our nations. And for this aspect, Marxist says that the capitalist theories actually has a way of affecting gender parity, that if in our economy, the social, political, and economic environment is not friendly enough, then it means gender equality may not be achieved as easily as we might anticipate. So with Marxist, he believes that women are tend to be more exploited in a capitalist system whereby mostly their labor goes uncompensated or does not get fairly compensated. So he says if our capitalism or our economic system is not accommodative enough for women, then we end up with a system which is still domineering or system that fights gender equality, because if women yes have joined the work system but their labor is not as fairly compensated as required, then it says this is not meeting the agenda of women empowerment or feminism. So for this purpose, Marxist feminism is an approach where it tries to balance our social, political, and economic system so that women input and labor get to be appreciated enough or get to be compensated enough so that they can achieve empowerment and be part of the gender equality. Fourth type of feminism, known as the cultural feminism. So with the cultural feminism, it defines values that were stereotypically tagged as femaleness, whereby people say what women do is treated as a bit weak, not much to be taken serious. So the cultural feminism, what does is it posits women and men as different, but reevaluates this trait that was seen as feminine or were devalued to bring them up as something positive that the community or the nation can tap from. So, for example, looking at the aspect of nurturing, we know that in family setup, it's the women who are bestowed with the role of nurturing children, putting the household in place, taking care of situations, and ensuring things are in order. Now, these traits are what we are tagging feminine or femaleness, and it was seen as most men will not like to partake of such responsibility or traits. So, the cultural feminism is now taking in these aspects and bringing out the positivity in them. And in this case, we are saying we are allowing women to intrinsically embrace such roles and bring out the positive aspect in it. We also culturally being appreciate that women also are known for creativity in terms of artworks, artifacts, and such. So with the cultural feminism, it also embraces the positive aspect of culture and allowing women to embrace what has been treated as their weakness to bring out the positivity out of it. Other aspect is embracing the body natures and differences, embracing the innate differences that is between men and women, and appreciating that what seems to be weak culturally in women can actually be positively enhanced and be used for promoting gender equality and bringing positive impact from the women angle, or rather from the femaleness angle, so that men do not think taking care of a child is a weak trait or giving birth is a weak trait, but to sit down and appreciate that the roles women play in ensuring that the community is balanced, the family setup is complete, and the upbringing and development of members of the society is inclusive. And lastly, we have the ecofeminism. And then ecofeminism is an approach that blends women empowerment together with the environment or nature. So this blends ecology and women. They say that the environment and the women have some connection between them. Number one, we say that women tend to be mirrored by nature, that nature by description has a tendency to grow, to nurture, to procreate, to recreate new things, to bring peace and all that. But however, environment is also at risk of destruction. So they are saying as much as the environment has all these characteristics, it bears some similarity with womanhood or women, and that the characteristics of ecology and women have an intertwine or a connection between them. So, what it does is they believe the character of a woman and the characteristics of the environment have some similarity in them. Just the same way the environment is at risk of destruction from mankind, women too, if they are not protected, they are also at danger of being destroyed. So these types of feminism, or rather ecofeminism, emphasizes on the aspect of balancing the protection of the protection of women and nature, because they both carry the same character and dynamics. That the fact that but the fact that both women and nature must be protected at all cost, and that mistreatment of women is mirrored in the mistreatment of nature. Therefore, women are uniquely at risk from environmental destruction. That if you destroy the climate, then you're potentially also destroying women, because nature and women depend on one another. If women are the ones to prepare meals, if you destroy the trees, you destroy the ecology, then women cannot get these sources of food to prepare in our homesteads. So the environment and the women are put at comparison and treated as connections that need to be protected at the same speed, or to be protected at the same intensity. Therefore, destroying nature is similar to destroying a woman. So the ecofeminists are mainly focusing on issues like climate change and gender equality, or environmental destruction or conservation in relation to women empowerment. So you have to relate changes in the environment that can also impact on gender equality or can negatively affect women and bring an imbalance in the gender issues. So thank you so much for staying with us to the end, and kindly remember to subscribe, share, and give us a comment. How do you see our content today on types of feminism, and also like our videos. Thank you and see you in our next classes.